Well, hello everyone and welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night wherever you are. Thank you all for being here today. I'm really having some difficulties today. Apparently, StreamYard's not cooperating. I'm not going to be able to highlight all of your wonderful comments and everything else that you do here, including your super stickers, but I will mention them as I go. So please understand that it isn't because I don't want to. It's because StreamYard's not cooperating. So I tried to put this chat up on the screen right here, even though it may or may not be legible at this point in time. So again, I apologize. But like I said, I won't be able to highlight the comments for whatever reason, but I will be able to bring them up and talk about them real quick. And to that end, I just want to say hello to the chat, to each and every one of you that have arrived early. There are a handful of you here, and hopefully the show grows as we go on because I've got a lot to talk about. Something very important to me to start out with the beginning monologue after I say hello to each and every one of you. Again, I want to say hi and welcome to my friend Nano Reaper. Nano Reaper is here. Angelus Draven is here as well. We also have Benzo H. Hi there. Diablo Dame, happy Friday to you. Tina Bojan says, good afternoon, friends. Well, good afternoon to you, Tina, and thanks again for buying both Drunk and I a drink, because believe it or not, I used your super chat money for that purpose. So we had a very nice evening, a wonderful dinner. I'm happy to talk about that as we get towards the end of the show for sure. Lorena Creole is working and lurking. I understand that. I was doing that this morning on a lot of different streams. Our good friend Wes Moody is here. Hey, Wes, what's going on, my friend? And we also have Lorena here with a popcorn super sticker. Thank you very much for that, Lorena. Wes Moody also contributes one as well. Thank you for that for $1.49. Jaffo says it's Friday night pre-flight, 0 hour, 9 p.m. That's a reference to just an amazing song, one of the greatest songwriters of our generation, and I appreciate that. I wish I could sing it right now, but my voice is a little fraggled, and you may not notice it, but I have a little bit of a headache. So I've been trying to chase off this migraine today, but I won't let that deter me from trying to give you an excellent show. So it looks like the chat's total garbage over there on the side. So I apologize for that. I'll try to sweep that off the screen here in a minute. So I just want to say hello to some other folks that have joined us. V-Star333 is hello, dear. Hello. We've got Roof Korean 92 live and ready. Absolutely. Let's see. We've got Terry Rose is here. Terry Rose, what's going on? Good to see you. You were here early and you're here additionally. So I really do appreciate that. Gosh, you guys are just absolutely amazing. I really wish that you guys could understand, for whatever reason, this is what I'm allowed to put on the screen right now. Nothing else. This thing is so broken. Sometimes StreamYard is great, sometimes it's not. I have amazing internet today, so that's helpful. So would I get, Jaffa wants to know, would I get copyright claimed if I played the original on stream? Most likely. Somewhere around the 6-second mark, the automated bot would kick in and I'd get tagged. And that's okay. I love that song though. I'm gonna be high, high, high as a kite by then. Yeah, see, I don't have the voice for it today, so I apologize. That was terrible. Now everybody's leaving. I've only got 17 people here. Hit the like button, guys. Share this out if you can. I really appreciate those of you who've joined us. But Jaffo, that's a great reference. I appreciate that. Critizable the Cray says, hail to you, my friend. Mispronounce is here. Buenas tardes to you, my friend. Runner says, hey, culture. Hey. Runner is I just got Cyberpunk 2077. Excellent. We're going to talk about it today. It's one of the things we're going to talk about because I know everybody else is going to be talking about it. Our good friend, the Atlantean, dropped a $10 super chat just to say, hail, friend. Well, hail to you, the Atlantean. I really thought it was kind of cool. You were able to drop in for a little bit yesterday on the gaming lounge from your job. That was really cool. I really appreciated that. Jaffo, yeah, the stream last night with comics was incredible. I love hanging out there. I love the minds that he collects. Comics is brilliant. He identifies talent very well. Just like author Stephen Walton, who has built an incredible group. But comics and I are are just, it's fun. It's so much fun to talk to him. He's such a smart dude. I really appreciate it. Good afternoon, Ed Burr. Good for you to join us today. Thank you so very much. Nerd Cookies. Hey, buddy, I'm here. Well, Nerd Cookies, it is good to see you. Maybe one day I'll be allowed back on your channel. I think I used a bad word and you're holding it against me. But anyway, and that's okay. I'm just teasing. That's not for real. But executive producer Sol Leibowitz is here. He says, hello, Culture Casino. Hello to you, friend. And let's go ahead. Criticible the Craze. Loved the stream last night. It was hilarious. It was very funny. It was way up past my bedtime, and I think some people were up to like 3. So that's rough. But I really appreciate all the support we get. It was an awesome stream. You guys are extraordinary, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'm sorry I could not deliver more quality content on the road. Next time I will be taking additional gear so I can do better when I'm elsewhere. Maybe even host proper live streams. Although, what could you do? What can you do? Of course, Mispronounce says that saw it on replay. It was a really good stream. Well, thank you very much. We really try. That show is dynamite. I really absolutely love it so very much. So, and of course, when you have author Stephen Walton on there, and you know what, Wes Moody, he's going to bring Wes Moody on too. Guys, Wes Moody, just please, if you're not subscribed, or if you think you're subscribed, go over there and check, because I'm losing subscribers left and right. I was so close to 1,500, and then I got stripped of, 20 easily, maybe more. It's been bad. I was literally within 2 subs of 1,500, and bye-bye. See you later. So that's always no good. But anyway, let's move right along. Like I said, I'm going to sweep this chat off the screen because it is not refreshing in real time. So there's really no point. So that goes bye-bye. Okay, guys, we're going to start with the monologue today. And I wrote some notes, but I really want you guys to understand where I'm coming from here. It is really important that I say what I have to say, because it was an interesting week that I was gone, where there was a lot of interaction talking about the fandom menace in some negative light. And I don't like that, because, again, we are not a giant hive mind here. And I'll get into that in just a second. But this is the fandom menace to me. And since even before I adopted the hashtag, I found that often the group that has been cast in a certain light, this group called the Fandom Menace, they were often cast in a bad light. They were often misrepresented in some way. And I think that our friend Gary, Nerdrotic, has the best way of describing the loose affiliation that this group has and what it was founded upon. And if you ever pay attention, every once in a while, he will say exactly the words that I believe each and every one of us should be subscribing to, living by. And when we present information, we should be doing it in that way. Recently, I found out that there were some people that were challenging the narrative from their own limited perspective, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But from their perspective, I really considered it myopic and incredibly limited. Again, that's what myopic means. But there is no hive mind at work here. There is no group think. We don't do that. I have my friend and fellow YouTuber personality, the Memes of Destruction, to thank for me talking about this right now. And he reminds me, just in the interactions with him, and he and I disagree on many things, but we're still friends, so it's really cool. But he reminds me to espouse what the fandom menace actually means to me. So here we are. I also see that many folks who don't use the hashtag still may fall well within its line of thinking, and so I like to refer to those folks as fandom menace adjacent. And if they're not comfortable with that, that's okay. But there are several people that fall into that category as well. So again, the following statement that I'm going to be making is something I want to thank the Memes of Destruction for, because I really needed to get it out into the ether, and I did it in a group chat, and I wanted to do it a little bit better. And so this is what I said, and what I will continue to say whenever I'm queried. The fandom menace is a loose group of people that are electing to use a hashtag while expressing their opinions about political agendas and all the accoutrements that are tied to those agendas that have been infesting their entertainment and their escapism. They rally around good storytelling and call out when existing properties are being utilized to spread political garbage. They further provide receipts from those making what passes for entertainment these days readily available for others, highlighting their agenda and the manner they pursue to destroy once beloved properties. Many voices with the same message. That's us. Get your crap out of our modern mythos and make your own if it's that relevant and groundbreaking. Right now, I'll add to that even further by saying if you can't sell it, it obviously isn't good and isn't worth it. This is a group. This group is broad. It reaches across the aisle. It is a touchstone for each and every one, whether they elect to use whether they elect to use a divisive pronoun or not. There is no gatekeeping here, and accountability begins and ends with the ability to make and defend a point or even the most unpopular opinion while avoiding ad hominem attacks. The accountability lies with that individual and that individual alone. We respect those with a voice and the courage of their convictions. We even call out each other when there is need to. If you use the hashtag, okay. If you don't, okay. Be yourself always. Be true to yourself in every way. Do not allow others to force fallacy upon you. Fight for the things that you love and wish to remain untainted by the divisiveness of the now that seeks to only destroy without replacing it with anything of value. Make your voice heard in all things, backed with facts, receipts, and critical thinking. Above all, create if you can. Support others if you can. And in all things, be true. That's what the Fandom Menace means to me. I'm sure I'd love to hear what it means to each and every one of you, and I probably will during the course of this live stream and in direct messages, which, of course, I always encourage. And now that I have completed that statement, monologue, whatever you'd like to call it, let's move right into the weekend. I will also check the chat because, again, it doesn't pop up for me to read because I accidentally marked this as private originally and then went back to public, and StreamYard said no thank you. So anyway, thank you all for being here. Again, please share out the stream. For whatever reason, I'm getting very little traction on these, despite the fact that they were very well attended before. So I don't know what's going on. And do remember to check those subscriptions. Again, let's go through the chat very quickly, see if we're all caught up now. Let's see. Beesman is here. Hey, what's up, Beesman? Wes Moody says the following things. Our opinions are non-binary. That's 100% right. Latino Slant drops by and says, hey, namaskaram, peeps. Thank you, Karen Prime, for that. Paulo Patriot, I've been grinding on YouTube. Yes, you have, my friend, and I love those videos. I can't wait for you to do some cyberpunk outfit videos here in the future. Beesman says, Fandom Menace is respect. That's absolutely true. I believe that. I respect each and every one of the people, even those that I disagree with, including my good friend, the Means of Destruction, who I hope will either watch this on the replay or get wind of it or hear or actually show up on this live stream so I can thank him again in person for relighting a fire that I think a lot of us need to remember to keep burning. Criticible the crazed is right. So fans being fans, 100%. That's what I believe in. Even if you are a member, members get unsubbed as well. Oh no, absolutely. YouTube right now, you can be a member of my channel and be unsubbed. You can be somebody who comes to every single one of my streams and watches every single one of my videos. And like Wookiee Supremacy says, I get unsubscribed from Culture Casino once a month. At least, and he does. It's bizarre. It's the weirdest thing. Apollo Patriot gives us good news. I got plans, Casino, for cyberpunk outfits on Breakpoint. That'll be awesome. I can't wait to see that. Hail to my friend Keck42 for showing up. Wes, thank you for being the best mod I could hope to have in a stream like this. So you guys are the greatest, and thank you for promoting everybody in this stream that has a channel. You are a good man, sir. Executive producer Sol Leibowitz says the Fandom Menace is a consumer movement that should demand quality in the product they're buying. People should also realize it's a buyer's market and we're the buyers. And I could not have said it better myself. I think I probably was a little long-winded and you got to the point pretty directly. So I appreciate that. But that's absolutely true. We are a consumer movement. We are. You vote with your wallet, guys, and I do every day. It's one of the reasons why at the end of the year I will no longer have direct TV. So I'm going completely digital. It'll be an interesting world for me. We'll see. Um, we have Kexing. Hi to Wes. Hi Wes. You are yeah, Apollo Patriot. You are very well known for your outfits, and I love it, man. Like I said, and I still love that cutscene you use for every single video. It's one of my favorite things. Right? Dropping in the fire support from above. It's fantastic. Small Time says, I appreciate that you look at things objectively, not automatically hating or loving Disney Star Wars content without giving it a thought. And I try to do that in all things. Sometimes I will have a knee-jerk reaction. I will tell you the truth. It does happen. Sometimes I have more information than some people realize. And I've been given previews of certain things. I've been given scripts to look at and read. I've been, I have some opportunities, and it gives me an opportunity to share with others what I've heard, what I've seen, because I get to see some stuff too. I get to see some clips well before they're released, especially when it comes to the Disney side of things. So, but thank you very much, Small Time. I really do try to maintain that. Yeah, Keck, I know you lost 2 subs. Everybody's losing subs right now. I mean, even Latino Slant, who just crossed a barrier that I think he more than deserves. I think between Wes and Latino Slant, I think they're underappreciated. They need as many subs as they can get because they truly deserve them. They make amazing content. And my friend Paulie, my friend Wes, I love them to death. Love hanging out with them. Miss them dearly when I can't. I spent a whole week away from everybody. I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. Yeah, Apollo Patriot's like, yeah, I lost 3. Yeah, everybody's losing people. Yeah, yeah. And Epstein's Ghost says, yep, YT doesn't bring your channel up. I don't know why. I don't say anything terribly offensive. I don't use bad words usually, especially not on my channel. Other people can, but I don't. I don't. First of all, I don't think it adds to an argument. It does make you feel more passionate. Maybe people perceive it as more passionate when you use curse words, but you don't need that always. Let's see. Nano Reaper. Also, Kansas is very flat, but Disney's latest idea looked like a blatant cash grab. We will get to that, I promise. Hail to the hail sun god dude, Keck says to our friend Apollo Patriot. The Senate is here. Hey, Senate, what's going on? Terry Rose says, what's that about Kansas? It's just flat. It's flat. Wes, that girl made a new channel. It's Mia Day. Oh, cool. Yes, they do need to be boosted, Atlantean, both Wes and yourself too. I can include you in there as well, my friend. I cannot wait for more content. I'm glad you got the motherboard. I hope you can get that thing cranking. Looking forward to that. Is that a thistle behind you? I don't know. Is it? Maybe. Could be. Possibly. Can't answer the question. Let's see. Let's see. I live in Kansas. Knock it off, Terry. Kansas is not flat. Well, any place in Kansas I've been has been pretty flat, but that's okay. I mean, everybody has their own perspective of their experiences, right? And that's how we have to look at things. But let's dive right into content because we've got plenty to talk about. I have thoughts on the new Mando episode. I don't really want to dive too deeply into them because a lot of people haven't seen them. Seen the show yet because it just came out. So I'll be very careful on that. I'll tread lightly. You can see my thoughts on that later this weekend because I'll be on many shows. And believe me, I promise, Senate, I will talk about it. But I want to talk in a broader way about Star Wars because there were a lot of announcements made. But the first things first, I want to talk about something amazing that I have and many other people here in the chat have. And something that I know for sure everybody's going to talk about, Cyberpunk 2077. I can say a lot about this game. I think a lot of people already have. My review of this game so far, about 22 hours into gameplay, which means every time that I'm not here or sleeping, I seem to have been doing this or working. But Cyberpunk 27 is truly an amazing game. It is not without bugs. In fact, a lot of AAA titles nowadays, you have to actually have to expect them. Please do. Then you won't be disappointed. If you have a top-end video card on a PC, this game will rock. There are very few glitches that I've experienced. One of them is the zombie arms. That is a weird thing where the character's arms get stuck out in front of them when they're seated to talk and having dialogue, like they're driving a car. It's the weirdest thing. I instead of actually bending the elbow to take a drink, it just bent it was really weird. But there's, like I said, other than that, I haven't noticed a whole lot. I haven't had the lockups or any of the other bugs that people have claimed to have. But again, I am dealing with a pretty decent machine, so maybe that's some of it. The visuals of this game are stunning. If you turn down the resolution on the consoles, the older consoles like the PS4 and the Xbox, you will still have a decent gameplay experience. You won't have the graphical amazing, graphics that you would love to have, but even on the PS5 and on the new Xbox, there seems to be some issues as well. But again, this is not a game I would say don't buy it yet. A lot of people might say that. If you are in a financial bind, I would say don't buy it. But I imagine you're going to see some sales on this game post the first of the year, for no other reason than it's just going to get distributed very, very quickly that way. They actually have no reason to cut back on this game, in my opinion, as far as the price goes, because again, I think it's pretty amazing. We have a lot of folks. Here we go. Yeah. Hope you have a lot of change. Sheesh, those trolls are ridiculous through here. And okay, Terry Rose. Yeah. I always end up with trolls. It's weird. Oh, hey, Jake D's here. What's up, Jake D? Good to see you, man. Let's see. Yeah, I got okay. Lanny got his motherboard, hoping it works. I have to finish the Splatterhouse project. Yes, please get that done. Plus other games to cover. Yeah, there's a lot to cover. But anyway, the getting back to Cyberpunk, the genitalia thing, I don't know why that became any issue for anyone. I mean, aside from the titillization, titillization. I don't think that it's a big deal. I was expecting a lot more for what I was being told was, this system where you would customize your body parts. There is customization, to be sure. I don't see, again, I mean, I guess some people could fetishize a character in some way. I just don't see it. Number one. Number two, it's not a big deal. It really isn't. Customizable junk is very cyberpunk. Yeah, it is, JD. But it's really not a big deal. And I don't see anything in this game that would make me feel like it's ostracizing anyone or being any kind of phobe or ist or anything like that. I've yet to see one element of that. And I'm actually playing a female character. So yes, I did, James Dosher. Yeah. There a lot of people have been saying those things. Yeah, small time's right. The body part customization stuff brings out the 13-year-old in all of those. Is it fully functional? I don't know yet. I've only come across one character I know for sure that I can have a romantic interlude with, but I haven't been able to progress that any more than you can. I will tell you this much. Do all the side missions that you can. Number one, it'll help with the RPG aspect of the game. And number two, it allows you to do um, lots of interesting stuff, and you get to learn some things. The tutorial is very important. Do all four. Don't do the bare minimum, which is two. Jake D is asking me, did I enhance her parts? Yes, of course I did. I made her as customized as I could. Her hair is customized in color. Fingernails are customized. Eyebrows are customized. Eye color and design. That was really kind of cool. She has black eyes with red circles. It's really kind of neat. You only get to look at your character occasionally when you come across a mirror, but when you do, it's pretty cool. I really enjoy that. We've got our good friend Vigilante Williamson joining us. Can't wait to have him on. I'm going to see if he's available to do a Sunday show coming up here soon. That'd be great. Anybody else that would like to do that, please shoot me a DM. They're open on Twitter, so you can definitely do that. I am going to be switching to Parler primarily starting the first of the year. There's a lot of things I'm doing. I'm pursuing alt tech, guys. So hopefully by the end of this weekend, I will be published on more platforms because we have reasons to do that now, guys, because things are going to get scary here. And I don't want to be caught off guard. Yeah, criticizable, the crazed. I did say that. So yeah. Um, uh, yeah, Soul Assassin, you don't have to worry about any of that. You could leave it as none. You could have the Ken doll effect if you want to. It doesn't matter. You can still enjoy a game whether or not you have junk to customize or not, right? West Moody, can you Michelle Obama and bust out you absolutely can to a certain extent. Yes, you can. Karen Prime, I dare you to read this culture. When I finally play this, I'm definitely picking a massive cock. I read it. Yeah, yeah. I like chickens too. Big fan of roosters are important. And one of my favorite football teams for a very long time was the Gamecocks. By the way, so I can say those things. It's all right. That word has a lot of meaning. A lot of meanings, I should say. Runner wants to know what life path. Well, this game has the opportunity to take multiple life paths. I went with Corpo this time. It was most in line with characters that I played in other RPGs like Star Wars. And I just wanted to try it out. Of course, I'm going to play this game 3 ways to Sunday. I'm going to give it multiple playthroughs, hundreds and hundreds, perhaps thousands of hours of gameplay, just like I do with most of these in-depth games like Skyrim and Fallout before 76 came out, which was garbage. In reference to YouTube, turn out the lights, the party's over. Yeah, Vigilante Williamson, I'm concerned that it might be. But again, for folks like me who don't use a lot of bad words and I have controversial opinions to be sure, but I'm never been really a political channel. I love talking politics with my friends like Wes and other folks, but this isn't a political channel in any way. So, it is what it is. Roof Korean 92 says Rumble when it's a jungle. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. In fact, Rumble is a place I'm going to go. I'm going to start a Rumble account, get that up and running, and you'll see me on BitChute. And I think there's another one that somebody brought to my attention last night that I'm going to have to rewatch the stream because my memory isn't what it used to be, guys. Let's see. Karen Prime says, yes, thank you, sir. Absolutely, Karen Prime. I did it. You bet. Wes Moody, no, you can't stop the rooster. He ain't going to die. That's right. Hey, the rooster. Yeah, I know. I'm Polly, but I play Vigilante Williamson in TV and film. Awesome, Polly. That's really cool. Soul Assassin, Skyrim, Nord Life. Absolutely. I've played a Nord almost every single time I've played through Skyrim of some sort or fashion. I love the Nords. They're really cool. Apollo, Cyberpunk is a Far Cry mix of Skyrim and Saints Row. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's true. I think it's very true. And starting out as a nomad puts you out in the desert. It's very Far Cry like. It's kind of cool. Hey, I've seen the chicken kung fu videos. Yodel is nuts. Yeah. Hey, look, Wookiee Supremacy is here. What's up? Wow, good to see you, my friend. You're making people cry on Twitter still. I saw the bait you threw out there yesterday. Interesting. Lorena Creole brings it up. Odyssey, yeah, that's the one they were talking about yesterday. Odyssey is another platform for videos. I'm already there, setting up Rumble and BitChute soon. Yeah, okay. Well, you and I are going to be, competing in that space too. Actually, we're just going to be cooperating. Those spaces, Lorena. I don't think we compete. But I can't wait to see you on Sunday. We're going to have a lot to talk about Sunday on Welcome to Florida. That stream might go long. You might prepare yourself for that. Latinos. Oh, hey, Clobbering Times. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a bit, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you. You and I need to get you on a Sunday show, my friend. Latino Slant says we need to do a stream. Stream not. We need to do a stream not and make that happen. Hey, I got you over 70. Oh, really? Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate that. You're a good man, Charlie Brown. Wookiee Supremacy. Bait. I heart Brie Larson. Okay, well. I don't like Rumble Bitchard. I'll check out Odyssey. I'm going to check them all out, and I'm going to put videos everywhere, and we'll see what gets traction. How about that? How come the guys don't get the same customization as the girls? Well, that seems to be the way it is in most video games. It's one of the reasons why I end up playing a lot of female characters in RPG games. It's just because of the customization. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I mean, they do have an additional appendage. They usually take more time with their hair. The psychology behind it is that the game studios have realized that the more customization that they put into the female characters, the more actual women will play the game. Although they don't realize that customization is equally interesting to their male gamers. They just never did it before. It's just really kind of weird. Um, Apollo Patriot. Brie Larson, period, is overrated. Well, maybe so. I wouldn't know. Who Knew is here? Yay, what's up, Who Knew? I haven't got time to start a new game. Happy with World of Warships. Oh, cool. I know a lot of people that play that game, a lot of my friends. And it does keep them busy. And one of them plays that in World of Tanks. Holy cow. Like, you guys grind the heck out of that stuff. Pretty amazing. Wes has been on Rumble, so that's good to know. I play as a guy because I like being me. No, Apollo Patriot, I hear you. But to me, it's just, it's just fun to have more to customize. Criticible the Craze is the school I went to is a mascot, the Rooster. That's cool. Yeah, but regardless, this game is really, really awesome. I really do appreciate it. And Vigilante Williamson did get over 70 because of Polly. I want to get him on my channel. We'll see if we can get him over 100. I want to get everybody. I want to get everybody to 1,000, guys. That's the whole point of these communities is to get as many voices as we can have out there in the world that can espouse our beliefs. And our beliefs are easy. Be yourself. Be a consumer. Be the best possible consumer movement that you can be. Be honest in your opinions. Be prepared to defend them. Don't use ad hominem attacks. Don't call people names. It doesn't add to your argument. In fact, usually means you've lost. So if you start out with name calling, you've already lost the argument. So anyway, Soul Assassin. I'm a dude who plays dudes in games. I know, dude. For whatever reason, I am reading that with Robert Downey Jr.'s voice from Tropic Thunder when I read that Soul Assassin. So that's what's in my head there. Can't you get 2 male organs in Cyberpunk 2077? Yes, you can, or you can have the Ken doll. You can have the Ken doll, a little one, and a bigger one. But I was actually anticipating, with all the things that were talked about when it came to that you were going to have a slider bar that essentially could make you either Pee Wee Herman or Dirk Diggler. So, and none of that was true. So, and to be honest with you, I have to say I respect that Lethal Lightning created a character that had lots of parts. So, and I'll just say it that way. Oh my goodness, our great friend Manowar 666 Neighbor of the Beast is saying hail from Sin City Amigos. I am glad you went to Vegas, my friend. I hope you enjoy yourself very much. I'm a little bit jealous. I know that we're going to continue to move forward with trying to get an event together there. I know Gary and Jeremy are going to do that, and I'm going to try to get involved in that to a large extent if they're able to put that together. I had some idea for some stuff I wanted to do for the next one of those. And so it'll be nice to be able to do it for the first one of those. So we will get there. We will make that happen. It'll be awesome. The interview I did, this is from Wes Moody, by the way. The interview I did with the fact checker on the GA ballots, he skirted an ad hominem on Ruby Freeman, the poll worker. Yes, he did. I actually, by the way, guys, that is one of the best interviews I think I've ever seen. Wes actually sent me some clips to go right to some of the pertinent conversation pieces, but he was willing to dive right into some of the conspiracy stuff. It was very interesting with the JFK and everything else. I thought that was good. So Wes, you did a great job, man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it was absolutely bloody brilliant in my opinion. So, it was a little telling, to be sure, Wes, when it comes to that. But he, like I said, it was a genuine interview with somebody who legitimately does it. It was a legitimate journalist at one point in time. So, like I said, I was pretty impressed. But let's move on because we need to. We got to start talking about the Disney stuff. We're 35 minutes in and we haven't talked about 1A. One was Cyberpunk. I guarantee you everybody's going to talk about that, and junk customization. We'll have a whole weekend of that. But we're also going, and especially when it comes to the phobe stuff that they were going out there with, which I thought was brilliant, that we had several shows that were able to get Kerry Howard engaged with as a member of our community to talk about some of that stuff and the fake outrage that revolved around that. So I really want to get Kerry on one of my shows. It's really weird because Kerry's in Hong Kong. but as far as timing goes, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try. Kiri's awesome. I've been following Kiri since before I was even a part of this community. So there you are. Anyway, so we'll move along. So yeah. Okay, so back to one of the most important things, which of course is Disney. Disney had its investor day yesterday. And while I know that Lorena Creole and I, and maybe some others on the Welcome to Florida stream on Sunday on her channel, will be talking at length about this because it's very Disney centric. Although you get to learn an awful lot about Lorena's history, which is awesome. She's very open about it. It's great. But we'll definitely be talking about Disney. And this investor event was, and I said this last night, I'm going to say it again here on my own channel. This was an upfront. It's what the networks used to do to preview and show off all of the new programming that they were going to have on their channels. NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox, they all used to, and they still do, but they have upfronts for the legacy media where they present the shows in the same kind of format. It struck me as a very odd investor day. It also was incredibly focused on streaming. In fact, I'm going to do an overview right here. I was going to do this as a video, but I think we'll just do it in real time. Here we go. The Disney overview from a business perspective was a 4-hour-long supposed investor event, and it brought out at least 5, 6, or 7 different things, depending upon how you were counting, of the changes, the radical changes that they're going to be making to their business model, especially when it comes to this type of media and media distribution. Number one, Disney is all but abandoning their theatrical model. And they're doing that in favor of the direct-to-consumer model, which is streaming. Streaming will be their lifeline. It's going to be the thing that they're going to cling to. And pretty much across all platforms. Now, again, this is across all platforms, so they are stretching this quite a bit. They're saying they have 137 million subs. Maybe they do. They like to use the word from time to time paying subs, and sometimes they don't like to use that word. But right now, across all platforms, Disney Plus, Hulu, et cetera, they're saying they have 137 million. Now, they aren't talking about the churn, which they've been experiencing, and it's about to go into full speed very, very soon as more and more of these subscriptions run out because the year-long subscription is about to dump. It's going to happen. And then they're going to have a problem. They are projecting, now again, these are projections, but they think that ESPN Plus is going to lag behind all of these. And they're right. They don't have a lot to offer. ESPN as a whole didn't do a good job of pulling people from terrestrial televisions or legacy media over to the platform with things like Monday Night Football. People just didn't subscribe any more than they already were to ESPN, and many cable outlets are now giving ESPN away because it's rolled in with most of their subscription costs anyway. But regardless, ESPN will lag behind in the future. Their projections by 2024 are going to be over 300 million subs, somewhere between 300 and 350 million. I think that's insane. Don't think they'll get there. That's 1/3 of a billion people. I think it's quite possible, and the only reason that it could be possible would be because they are going to be expanding Star and Star Plus, which are targeted towards the India market in India and some other international places again. That is going to be what it is. But they're saying right now that Disney Plus has 86 million subscribers as of December 2nd. That might have been true. I don't think it'll be true at the end of this month. Again, they're going to start seeing significant churn. Now, I believe it's also misleading because they're saying they did use the word paid in this thing, but again, many of those Paid subscriptions are part of a Verizon two top-tier telephone plans. They're part of the partnership that they just made with Fortnite. They're part of some Xbox expansion packages and some PlayStation expansion packages that contribute to those numbers. Let's just put it in those terms. But they are now reporting $16.9 billion in revenue from direct, because they haven't really had any theatrical releases. But that number is misleading. Last year they had 11.9 billion. So essentially they're trying to say they made $5 billion more from the direct model than they did from the theatrical and direct model combined. But they're hiding much, much heavier costs behind those numbers. Remember, revenue doesn't necessarily mean that it's profit. Profit is absent when it comes to the streaming thing, and we will definitely talk about that as well. I'm going to go ahead and read some things from the chat before I move on, because I've got more to say here. Nano Reaper says, not wanting to bring up a point, but once it is on a streaming service, it's kind of free on the web. You know, that's a great point to bring up, Nano Reaper, and you're 100% right. And again, thank you, my friend, for being here. That's very true. We know that there is a certain portion of the population that will be happy to voyage into the high seas, you know, and that's not something that some people will do. But there is a certain portion of the population with high speed internet that will pursue content in that manner. There's no denying it. Small Time says, I don't think it's coincidental that yesterday's announcement is coinciding with the free Disney Plus subscriptions expiring. Of course not. It was the last possible time they could report with a straight face that they had that many subscriptions. It's the year later, right? And I do want to say a very special thanks to my good friend Biggles Metz for becoming a Rewards Club member. Thank you very much, my friend. And oh, by the way, anybody who's a member, I'm going to put this on the channel this weekend. I will be doing our first live stream. Our first members live stream will be coming up either next week or next weekend. So I will get that done. I want everybody to be there. You guys, I'm so excited. You have no idea what this video I'm working on for the Gold Club folks. I was able to have a lengthy conversation with Script Doctor after the stream on Comics Channel last night, and it was really good to just solidify everything that I had already heard. That I'm like I said, I'm going to be sharing with all of you. Those of you that are not Gold Club, you will get the members live streams coming. My friend who knew, I can't wait. And those of you that are Rewards Club's member will get the exclusive video 2 months later. I decided to just put a 60-day time limit on that. So I don't like restricting content. It's just the folks that are the Gold Club level will get it sooner. And then I am working on the third tier. The boss and I have decided that we will reveal embarrassing things of me screwing up and saying bad words in a video. That'll be exclusive to the third tier people, all of my flubs and blunders. And there's plenty of them. In fact, I don't even have to go back in time to grab them. I can just record a video one day and you'll see how many times I screw up. It's not good. All right. So anyway, yeah, Wes is giving everybody ideas for that. So we'll go from there. Oh my goodness, Tina, you didn't have to upgrade your membership. Oh, but thank you so very much. And like I said, everybody will get those videos just about 60 days behind. So, and when we do the live streams, you guys, I'm going to try to have some of you on. So I will try to arrange that in advance. So, but you'll see that announcement this weekend. I'm going to make the announcement for the live stream, because I'm just going to make sure I clear the decks as far as my calendar goes, because I don't want to cut that short. I want to do what Gary does and just let everybody talk as long as I can, because I want to hang out. You guys are the best. I can't lie. This is the best hobby I've ever had. I've made more contacts with more people that I care more about than I could have possibly imagined. So thanks again, all of you, and especially those of you that are members of the channel and supported me in so many different ways. Even if you're not a member, you guys support me in huge ways. I love everybody out there in the chat. You guys are the best. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Hopefully my internet's holding up. And you know what? You were 100% right, Wes. It is the best chat on YouTube. We are so lucky. All right, so we're going to move on a little bit more about some, top-down view, some business side of things. Disney's going down a path of the 80-20 rule, but it's their own 80-20 rule, of course. 80% of everything that you're going to see going forward is going to be direct to consumer. 20% will go to theatrical. That's a lot when it comes from, the fact that they're producing all these television series and they're producing everything else. A lot of that isn't going to make it out to the general public through regular terrestrial legacy media or through the theatrical releases. So you're only going to see about 20% of anything they make going into the theatrical markets. There are still going to be some simultaneous releases of films on both streaming and on theatrical. And actually, that includes the what I'm going to call very questionable movie that's coming out, Raya and the Last Dragon. I think that's due in either March of 2021. I think it's March of 2020. It's coming out, or maybe it's May. It's either March or May. It starts with an M. It's one of those. So just keep that in mind. But that will also be premium VOD, which means it'll come with an additional cost. Now, there will still be things that go direct, like Soul, that will not cost any additional money to get when it is released on Disney Plus. And then, of course, everything else will end up somehow in the theaters. So we'll see. We'll find out where that is. We have to face something as investors, people that buy into these companies. We have to face the fact that there is no profit being made from any of these streaming services. Disney still doesn't project any profit from any of their streaming sources until 2023 at the earliest. Some of that's fudging some numbers, in my opinion, but it really does mean they're still not going to make money. They won't make any real money. All of this is coming at an increased cost because Disney spoke pretty clearly that they're just going to be spending money on content development like crazy. They also were honest that Disney Plus won't be profitable until 2024 at the earliest. And that also might be a misleading number. It could be a little earlier, could be a little later. But I can tell you that based on what they presented at Investors Day, 2023 at the earliest for ESPN, Hulu, etc. 2024 for Disney Plus. And I think those numbers are fudged in both areas. And like I said, this is the fourth thing that I noticed is that Disney is going to continue to spend billions and billions and billions of dollars creating the content to get to profitability. Sounds like going shopping to buy something because you can save money at a sale. Anyway, Disney will continue to spend those billions, and by 2024, we'll be spending over $16 billion a year in streaming production and development costs alone. It's insane. Absolutely insane. In fact, I've seen numbers north of the 16 billion that they were willing to admit to yesterday that they're going to be willing to spend year over year. In fact, I guarantee you they'll be at 16 billion faster than faster than 2022. I think 2021 they will get darn close to 16 billion, and 2022 they'll be over it, even though they're trying to lead up into 2024 in order to produce all of these shows that they announced yesterday. And that's the last thing I probably will want to talk about as we continue on with this. They announced 10 Marvel programs, 10 Star Wars programs, and several other things, including Willow and Children of Blood and Bone and Indiana Jones, which is funny. And we'll get to Indiana Jones at the end here. But the announced shows that they did yesterday, especially relating to Star Wars, were still not all inclusive of the things that are either in development, pre-production, or actually in production when it comes to Star Wars. Just so you know. And one of the reasons they didn't do that is because they can't, because of the way Mandalorian was rolled out. So just keep that in mind. Mandalorian was rolled out in a way that it was what Script Doctor calls backdoor piloting a bunch of shows, which is what I tried to tell everybody at the beginning of the season. In fact, if you've been a subscriber here since a year ago, well, not quite a year ago, but since I started, I was already telling everybody, okay, season 2 of Mandalorian is going to be this. Be ready, because that's what it turned into, is just a way of introducing other characters to move on into other shows. And I promise you, if we get the what if versions of things in both Star Wars and Marvel, you guys will be really unhappy. because these stories were going to break everything, including canon. So just keep that in mind. All right, I'm going to read a little bit from the chat and we'll continue on because I want to talk a little bit about some of the other things that were talked about as far as the shows and movies that are coming out. Um, who knew says the Mouse House has yet to convince me to sign up. A lot of people are in that boat. I walked out of the TLJ shell shocked. The discology ruined Star Wars. It's going to take me time to heal. It's going to take everybody time to heal. That thing was just awful. It was just awful. It was terrible. I've never walked out of a movie feeling so gut punched in my life. My brother and I literally didn't say a word to each other after that. Not a word. We walked out of the theater with our families, looked at each other, got in our cars, and left. That's insane. Never happened before. And Small Time says, I believe you said Disney will be moving more of their production to Florida. Seems like that same cost saving concept as Netflix moving more in New Mexico. Yes, I actually talked about that last night. I will talk about it more in the video I'm putting together for everybody, and I'll probably talk with you guys more about it in our community live stream that we're going to have. Right now, I'm going to say it this way because I've been told a couple of different versions of this. Right now, there are 16 production buildings being put together, built, laid out, and built in Florida, Central Florida, right now, as we speak. This goes back to an early concept that Eisner had when he was running the company, where he wanted to do production in Florida. Costs were better. Production costs were cheaper. They had sound studios there, and they could also kind of sell that up with the theme park. I mean, making an actual working television studio to a certain extent. And I think one movie, maybe it was two. I don't remember. It wasn't very many. But that is very true, Small Time. And they will be doing the same thing that Netflix did with New Mexico. And you're starting to see Netflix do that across the world, and you're going to start to see Disney do it across the world. There are facilities being built in Georgia, the expansion of Pinewood in Georgia, Pinewood Studios. And there are some very serious construction costs involved in some of these new production buildings, which, again, I will cover in the exclusive video for the members that are at the gold level, and stuff like that. So, but we'll go from there. But yes, so anticipate more coming out of Florida in the near future. All of these buildings that they're putting together are going to pay for themselves rather rapidly. The number I keep hearing is 4 years. Script Doctor is hearing 8 years, but it will definitely be within a reasonable period of time to get all their money back for production savings. Projected production savings by operating outside of Hollywood are considerable. Let's see. Okay, moving along. They do need more content. Yes, absolutely, Nano Reaper. They do. I hope Willow comes through as a series. You really don't. You really don't. Willow is not going to be great. I've heard some very disturbing things. Things that might also include what Nano Reaper says in the chat. If you want to read that, I won't say it because I haven't confirmed it yet. But there's some other stuff going on there that's no bueno. Aluvrian Imakara, thank you for joining us. Hail, so much dull as dishwater garbage coming our way. Oh, you have no idea. In fact, I think I tweeted that at Nerdrotics the other day when it came to Star Wars. I'm like, you have no idea because it's getting worse. It's not getting better. It's gonna be bad. Let's see. Vigilante Williamson says, I've said myself, Mando season 2 is Iron Man 2. Yes. That's probably very good analogy. I think that's true. Soul Assassin says the Membalorian member. Yeah, I know, dude. Lots of member berries, huh? Lord Vader is here. Hello, Lord Vader. Good to see you. And I was enjoying DMing with you today. I appreciate those DMs. I know that. I know you have a lot of questions. I can only answer what I can. I can't burn some people. There's some stuff I know that it would hurt some people's careers if they got it back to certain folks that came from them. So let's see. Florida is a sinkhole. they might regret that decision. Well, yeah, but I mean it is, but as long as they build properly, they do compaction studies, they know what the subsurface is. There's limestone to, they understand the limestone beds and stuff like that. They can build there. It'll be all right. These production facilities, they should be all right. They should be all right. Let's see. Vigilante Williams says streaming services need to understand. I have access to 3 or 4 streaming services without paying. Once I buy HBO Max, one set of accounts for all major services will be used for friends and family. Oh no, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I have family members that because of the way they do things, they can consume content without paying for it. I actually carry around a Roku that travels with me so that I don't miss things like when Mando comes on and I'm on vacation, stuff like that, because that Roku has everything on it, right? It is all the access to everything that I do. Although, to be honest with you, like I said, DirecTV is leaving my household beginning of the year. And that'll be a video. I'll be making a video on that. I'm going to be making a video on about when I make the phone call to cancel. So you'll be able to hear my side of the conversation, at least, maybe even theirs. Let's see. Did I acknowledge that super chat or super sticker? I acknowledged. Did I miss one, guys? Oh, if I did, I feel really bad. I hate that I can't highlight any of these today. It just makes me sick to my stomach. You guys are important. Let's see. All right. Who knew? Oh, Nano Reaper. Okay, all right. Let's do the Nano Reaper first. Then who knew? Nano Reaper says, "Well, California taxes are high." Yes, and they're going to get higher. That state's on the verge of bankruptcy in the biggest way possible. In fact, they've been there for a while, but this last year's really done them no services. And who knew says quantity does not equal quality. You're 100% right. And there's some interesting statements that were made by KK that I will address at some point. I don't think I'm going to address it here, but I will say this. I'm going to say it again. I've said it for a while now. I said it, well, at least for a couple of weeks going into this, that we weren't going to, unfortunately, be rid of KK at the end of her contract, which is towards the end of January. She's there through at least the end of March. And you heard the words "at least," right? She's not getting a new contract per se. She will get soft extensions if they keep extending her. And again, she only truly will have 3 things that she can take to the bank. The blood and bone thing that we talked about, Indy 5, which we'll get into in a second, and the Willow thing. That's it. Everything else is not her. Although, and the reason I say that is because I don't believe that the Acolyte's going to get as far along in the development process as one would like you to believe. But we'll talk about that at some point. I guarantee it. Let's see. I wonder. Jaffo. I wonder if they would bring animation back to Central Florida. I really hope that they do, Jaffo. There's no reason to operate in California with animation when you can operate from anywhere, especially with the internet. I mean, think about it. Doesn't matter where I was able to do video content while I was gone. Right? It didn't. Even with the cruddy internet that Disney was offering at the time. So just keep that in mind. Wait, Mad Mardigan is here. All right, I've made it. What did I miss? Did we win? Well, I hope. I really hope we win at some point, Mad. But it's good to see you, my friend. Thanks for popping in. Nano Reaper. So building elsewhere makes sense. Plus, you can go non-union outside of Cali. I wonder if that's part of the cost savings. Anyway, criticisable the crazed, but what if for Marvel is supposed to be like the old comic series? No, that's true. But it's going to break some stuff. I'm just telling you. Yeah, it is. Lord Vader says, I just got here. What do you mean it will get worse? Will it be woke? There's going to be no doubt about a lot of the new content coming out of there being more progressive. I don't know how else to. I memean, I don't like saying that word. I'm tired of acknowledging that mentality. So, yes, it'll be there. There's going to be plenty of woke. The Acolyte is straight up woke, but Anyway, okay. Wookie says, I didn't want Willow as a movie in the first place. That's when we should have gotten the Fandom Menace. That's true. Screw Willow. Okay. Miss Martin Muses is here. Hi, Miss Martin. Good to see you. Oh my goodness, I need to cough. Hang on a second, guys. Hopefully I muted that. I think I did. All right. Wow, I really skipped down in the chat, guys. I apologize. I'm Miss Martin. There we go. All right. Yeah, Wookiee supremacy. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird. I don't know that anybody can get super excited about that. Let's see. Should be animated one-offs like What If series comics. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna feel. Yeah, no. That is the feel they're going for. K. John Boom. And but they're going to break stuff, and I know that we're supposed to be able to step away from that. It gives them a win when they do that to both Star Wars and to the Marvel stuff. But consider when they do it to Star Wars. I mean, that's kind of what the Lego holiday special was all about, and it broke everything. And if that's your introduction to Star Wars as a kid, it's just, I don't know why you go about doing that. You're undermining your original stuff, which is what the sequel trilogy did and the other movies, and it destroyed it. I don't know why they haven't learned from that lesson. I mean, Mandalorian was a step in the right direction, but I still have harsh criticisms for Mandalorian, and it still isn't completely Star Wars to me. I mean, there are a lot of people in the Fandom Menace that they, swear by the show. They like the show. Good. I'm glad you do. Me, I'm watching it so that I can be informed and confirm the things that I'd heard and be able to talk intelligently about it. Otherwise, I don't know that I would be watching the program. That's weird. Hardcore Star Wars fan. Attended the first film in the theater when it came out as a little kid. And they don't want 50-year-old men. I turned 50 this year. Anyway, I'm so glad all of you were here. Oh, no. Yeah. Lord Vader, you were correct. In fact, you actually heard me say that if you watched last night. Lord Vader says, I heard someone say Star Wars Visions show will be woke. Star Wars Visions show is going to break everything. Again, like I said, it's their what if thing. And I was able to confirm some of what I had already heard through other sources. So we're starting to get this confirmation from lots of different places on all of these shows. And I'm starting to get it from multiple sources now, and including some of the friends that I have here on the platform. I'm not encouraged, guys. I'm not. None of these things. The Ahsoka Tano show will be all right, but it's kind of doomed. And the project going forward for Gina Carano looks like it might be okay. We'll see. I hope so. She deserves something good. She's very good at what she does. Right. Anyway. Parrothead popped over from Midnight's Edge. Yeah, they were on a little later than normal, which I appreciate. They Tom and those guys do a great job. I like their new morning show. I'd always thought that I'd started a little bit later than they would usually finish, but maybe not. I know that other folks, in fact, if you guys have shows coming up, I want to promote them because in about a half an hour or so, I'm going to try to call this one. Although I might go a little longer, guys. I actually may go as long as is required to talk about all of this stuff. But if you've got a show coming up, Polly, anyone that you want to promote, please, let Wes know or let me know, and I'll try to get it into the chat and promote it because you guys, like I said, I just want everybody to succeed. I want everybody to grow. It's very important. Olivia and Makara, start on KK. We'll be here all day. Dang that dragon lady anyway. I love that. It rhymed. It was beautiful. Good job. No, absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to circle back to Indiana Jones because I can. We are now working on the third script as of maybe 3 days ago now for Indiana Jones. I heard about this, that they were going to try to do this again a week ago, Friday. That this was a possibility, and then it was confirmed, and then they talked about it in Investor Day. So I don't even know what to say. The best thing is that KK's husband came out and said nobody else can be Indiana Jones but Harrison Ford. I think that's true. I think you'd have to park I think you'd have to park the storyline for 20 or 30 years before you tried to remake any of these things, right? And I just don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. I don't see this film actually being made. Again, it's the third swing at a script that'll work for an aging, elderly Harrison Ford. I'm trying to be nice. Who, it seems like he breaks things just by walking around, and he crashes his plane on a regular basis. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. But I don't anticipate any of that. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's. Yeah. Wow, I really skipped down. Oh, Kashyyyk is here. Hi, Amber. Kashyyyk Queen. Hi. There's always work at the post office. Yes, Latino slant, there always is. Who knew? I saw KK introducing all those new shows for a multimillionaire with a fantastic bar. She sure seemed bored as heck. She was. She doesn't. She can announce all she wants, and she can try to pretend like she's in charge of all this stuff. She's a figurehead. Someday we'll go into details on why that's true. But anyway, Wookiee supremacy. Will it be woke? Is that rhetorical? Yeah. I love Flo from Progressive. Terry Rose says, yeah, I like Flo too. I love those commercials. They're fun. Progressive's one of those cool companies. They market in like 5 or 6 different ways. They're smart. Yeah. They do lots of different approaches. Lots of different approaches. Let's see. Matt Mardigan says, that looked like a COVID-y cough. No. It was a I've been talking a lot, and my allergies are in overdrive. So, yeah. Robert Hammer, this is the best. I never want to talk about this show. This is going to be terrible. Ironheart, anyone? No, thank you. No, thank you. Nope. No. Jeffo. Oh man, I love Willow. It's bad for sure, but it has its charm, like boxed wine. No, absolutely. The original film, again, I was younger. I appreciated it for what it was. I understand where Wookiee supremacy is coming from, though, and they really don't need to make another film. Yeah. But yeah, and Wookiee supremacy is also right. They break stuff. That's what they do. Absolutely. Small time. I don't see how the what if stuff helps them from a business standpoint, not to mention creatively. No, it doesn't. It doesn't help them. It just gives them a way to produce material. And that's what the business investor thing was all about. Because they announced a bunch of stuff doesn't mean they're going to make it. They announced a lot of things. In fact, they announced things they'd already announced 2 and 3 years ago. Anyway. But it doesn't help them. They create creatively. It allows them to look at something differently, but you can do that without making a show about it. And it's a problem. It's a problem. Wes Moody says Highlander 2 should have been the start of the Phantom Menace. Maybe so. I understand that thought. K. John Boom at Culture Casino. While entertaining, the Lego Christmas special was just plain cringe. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Wookiee supremacy. I'll stop yelling. You're fine, friend. I don't care how many capital letters you use. Terry Rose says, Flo, Stephanie Courtney is such a cute actress. She needs her own show. She was really good in Mad Men. In the couple episodes she was in Mad Men, I thought she was very good. Mad Mardigan, Jaffo, bad? I think it autocorrected amazing into bad. Proofread your chat. You guys are on fire. You're beating each other up. This is great. I wish I could highlight this stuff. This is driving me crazy. I hate freaking StreamYards. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Wes Moody says, here's to 50 more. Well, I hope I get there. I'd love to get to 100. My grandfathers were close. They were close. My dad might get there. We'll see. He's taking good care of himself. Very athletic for a person in his 70s. Stepdad's the same way. They both very much exercise, take care of themselves every day. Every day. Even despite having COVID, my bio dad recovered, bounced back very well. Inside of 2 weeks, he's back playing softball. What's that say? Insane. Soul Sound, I just know there is no show taking place in the sequel era. LOL. No, of course not. What story are you going to tell? They weren't even able to do that in retroactively. They had to go back, write books to try to explain all the plot holes that the movies made, and they didn't do a very good job of that, creating more plot holes and more problems and destroyed canon along the way. No. Let's try to flesh out the years in between things that we know happened, and let's use the EU books that we cast aside when we took over and called legends. God, guys, this drives me crazy. Executive producer Sol Leibowitz. I'm glad I'm here because I feel so young listening to you. I'm 56 years old, and even I got rid of DirecTV 5 years ago. You were smart. And here's the problem. I am an enormous sports fan. 2019 pretty much cut all sports out of my life. I was done. I made a video on it. I don't watch sports. It's absolutely insane. Never in my lifetime had that happened. Since a very young person, since my earliest memories, I was watching sports, primarily football. This would be the time of year that, you would lose me on Sunday to football. You would lose me on most of Saturday to football. Doesn't happen anymore. Now you lose me to YouTube. You get to watch all you guys. One of the best things in the world. All right. So anyway, we get really excited about that. Soul Assassin says 50 years young casino. Well, thank you, Soul Assassin. I appreciate that. How is Ahsoka Tano show doomed? Is it because it's set before the prequels? It's not even because of that, Lord Vader. There's some things I've heard. I'm going to confirm, and then I will talk at length about them. But that's leaning very progressively. Some of the storytelling is incredibly progressively being told. It's not necessarily being good stories. Now there are some elements of it that are good stories. I've heard some plot lines, and there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff being drawn out, and I think I said this in a DM to you. There's a lot of things being drawn out as far as arcs and the overall arc. But as far as scripts go, I haven't seen one, and I don't think I will until they're all fleshed out. So there's that. Criticizable the Cray says more progressive equals regressive. C. Yeah. K. John Boom. With her own series, that means she'll be leaving the Mando. Yeah. Again, this year's Mandalorian was all about backdoor piloting a whole lot of shows. Stuff that wasn't announced yesterday. Do you realize how vague everything was yesterday? There was a reason for that. Some of it's not even going to get made. This is the other thing. Hey, memes. I hope you go back in time, my friend. I said lovely things about you, and I was able to do a monologue based on our conversation. So thank you so very much, my friend. Yes, Lord Vader, I promise. As I can reveal things, I will, as long as I don't burn people. Who knew turned 50? That's awesome. I too saw Star Wars in the cinema. That's awesome. In 77. Me too. We could never have guessed how this would end up. No, absolutely not. Oh, I always check my DMs, Lord Vader. So thank you. I will do it after the shows too. Kai MFS is here. What's good in the hood? Well, what's good with you, Kai? Hope everything's going well. I hope you're doing your game show this Sunday. Throw that in the chat if you are. I'd love to know. I know that Paulie's got shows coming up too. I want to promote those. He just did a Christmas show I really wanted to be a part of, but I just couldn't, which bummed me out, to be honest with you. K. John Boom says, I don't want to see Grandpa Indy. Harrison Ford is 74 years old. Yes. And, it's bad. It's bad. I mean, at his age, he is no Sean Connery. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, Mead disagrees with only Ford can play Dr. Jones. I don't know if Tom and I have ever talked at length about that. I could see a very young Dr. Jones. I think Shia LaBeouf could have done that, but we'll see. I mean, even KK's husband said that only Only Harrison Ford could play Dr. Jones. So, the memes of destruction. Hey, Akai, and I like dragon ladies. Well, certain dragon ladies. The Khaleesi up until the last season, or even I don't even want to go there. Jeffrey Turner dropped in to say hello there. Well, hello there, Jeffrey Turner. Thank you for being here, my friend. Mega Jetty. Mega Jetty. What's up? Terry Rose. Da-da-da. He has Wichita on high alert when he flies in for maintenance or bite to eat. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I knew you were referring to Ford, Terry Rose, because yeah, he likes to plant his plane places. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Jaffa. Good to see you. I'm glad you're able to lurk and work. I love doing that. Vigilante Williams says, "Ree Williams." Yeah, not excited. I tapped out on that show before it was announced when I heard about it the first time. Guys, I've seen a lot of this stuff going back 2-3 years, and last year. Think about this: they were on the third set of scripts for the Obi-Wan show right now. Since they announced that the scripts were written and they were going into production, and they had people there for 5 days ready to do shooting in the UK, and then sent them home. No good. I'm more interested in if anyone is having tacos, as I want tacos. Criticizable, the crazed. I agree with you. I would like tacos right now. In fact, I might go get some after this stream. Oh wait, I have some amazing pork, carne asada. I will. Ooh, might do that. Might wrap that up. Make myself. That might be good. Josh, that's night 5 into you guys. Says long ago you used to have to cough to hide a toot. Now you have to toot to hide a cough. That's funny. Oh, you guys are great. Jaffa says the quickening. I feel it coming. Yeah, maybe so. People could start losing their heads in various ways in some of these jobs. That's for sure. Robert Hammer, Indy 5, only with deep fake. It's the only way they would be able to do it, and that's actually been speculated. That's how they'll do it. So, yeah. Nano Reaper says Harrison Ford is actually older than his plane. Wow. River Phoenix is the only young Indy. Yeah, I can see that, and I understand why you say that. Roof Korean, yeah. Wookiee supremacy, no more Indiana Jones. Leave him alone. I agree with you. I don't want to see another movie. As it is, Crystal Skull was rough to watch, in my opinion. But Ken Jack Ben says, Sean Patrick Flannery played Indiana Jones and the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. Okay. Not my Indiana Jones, though, but I understand that. Ken Jack Ben. Yeah. The memes are just, I like words. Hello out here. You guys are great. 66 Starship Alien. What was the flavor? Sour grapes? Oh my goodness. Wow. At Cavatanio Che. Crazy. Lord Vader. So basically, with the Ahsoka show, there's some good storytelling in it. Could be. Based on some arcs. Based on some lines of thinking that they're pursuing. I don't think so. We'll see. We'll see. Oh yeah, no, Roof Korean, absolutely. Respect River Phoenix legacy. He worked so good with Harrison on Mosquito Coast. Harrison himself said of all people he met, River could imitate Ford perfectly. Yeah. I think that would have been great. We've lost so many talented humans. It just breaks my heart. Breaks my heart. Yeah, Lord Vader, I can't say a lot. There's stuff I can't talk about. There's no doubt about it. Ken Jack Ben Culture. Make fresh pico de gallo with onion. Oh, absolutely. Oh, I actually probably have all that in there. I know the boss went and got produce. I should be able to do that. The long delay for Obi series may be a chance for it could be better. I think the old scripts are based on the Last Jedi mindset. Mispronounce, I've heard that speculation. I know where they're headed. I know the EU book that they're basing the show on. I think some people have correctly guessed it as well. including Ryan Cannell. Um, so take that and do what you want to with it. That's as much information as I'm going to provide right now. Um, but again, third set of scripts. So um, let's see. Why bother having him? If you're going to, oh no, Ken Jack Ben. Why bother even having him there at all if you're going to deep fake it? Just make it animated the whole doggone thing. Well, speaking of animated, did you see the dog movie that he was in, where they animated the dog? Very weird. But no, well, they're going to do it for his voice, and it's easier. I mean, it's easier to do deep fake when you have live capture. Anyway, um, Sean Patrick Flannery, get up on your game when it comes to Indiana Jones, there, fella. Well, look, young Indiana Jones is not my cup of tea. Cup of tea. Criticible the Cray says, I would love to see Indy meet a long lost daughter who has married a burgeoning history professor so we can get more family modern Indiana Jones meets the Mummy style series. You say that now, but then look at what they turned James Bond into. They changed James Bond because of Daniel Craig. They turned James Bond into the Bourne, Jason Bourne. I don't know. Careful what you wish for. I'm I'm very concerned with some of the stuff, especially the James Bond stuff. The more I've heard, everything else, everything that's been confirmed, everything we've been talking about, the projections that kept heading downhill, the fact that they couldn't sell it for the $600 million they were trying to get out of the streaming services, only to go back to the table and try to throw another 350 to 400 million at them. We'll see. We'll see. Um, Terry Rose is like, I watched it for the 3 weeks it was on. Oh, Ken Jack Bim. Is George Lucas's Indiana Jones, Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, is Indiana Jones, whether you like it or not? That's very true, Ken Jack Bim. It's a good point. It's a good point. Um, wait a minute. Somebody's talking about food. Oh, they're talking about the Cavatano Che in the chat with Starship Alien is talking about the flavor name is Colin Kaepernick's Changed the World. Yeah, woke ice cream. Anyway. Ooh, Wookiee Supremacy makes a good point. Anthony and Gruber should have been cast as Solo. It would have made all the difference. There were some people talking about better casting for that. But we'll see. Let's see. The objection. Oh, what is the objection to Young Indiana Jones? I just didn't enjoy it. Ken Jack Ben, CG doesn't bother me. I don't see good or bad CG. I just see CG. It doesn't bother me at all. You know, Ken Jack Ben, a lot of people are in that same boat. For whatever reason, I see bad CG and it'll pull me out. But again, and it's from looking at it for so long, from where I sit in what some stuff that I've had life experiences. Bad CG will pull me completely out of an experience. It just ruins it for me. Some people it doesn't bother. My folks, for example, they don't care. You know, their opinion on some CG stuff that I think is iffy, very different. The boss and I have a different opinion on some CG stuff, but that's okay. That's why we're here. We have different opinions. I love it. You guys are awesome. Um, yeah, guys, I've got. Yeah, we're talking about planes again, Terry Rose. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Roof Korean's talking about Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz, The Mummy, but losing Weisz hurt the franchise. Absolutely. Yep. Lord Vader, I wondered what Dave Filoni is like. I know he's very woke, but is he a good storyteller? Mostly. Mostly, his problem is he gets hung up on subject matter and presentation, and then he gets into a pattern of just reproducing the same thing. That's why Ahsoka is his jam. or one of the reasons. So let's see. Alden Redenbacher sucked. No argument there. And it didn't help that that movie was shot more than once. You know what I mean? People tend to forget that Indiana Jones is supposed to be old, but still youthful due to the Holy Grail. Hmm. Wookiee supremacy is laughing at Wes. That's good. And there's lots of popcorn here. Smash the like, guys, if you haven't already. Kai MFS says, I do VFX, so even decent CG can be an eyesore. But since I work in the field, I learned to detach myself from it and enjoy the work for the art of art for what it is, blemishes and all. I understand that, Kai. There's just times I can't do it. I mean, you've seen me be very critical of just video games when it comes to presentation. I mean, some stuff. For example, I did a video game review, which I did my very first one on Watch Dogs Legion, and the facial animations were just awful, atrocious, especially to begin with. I mean, and they worked on some of them, obviously, in patches, but man, it was rough. Let's see what we got. Star 66 Starship Alien says, I cringe with bad CG, but if it's a good movie, I stick with it. Yeah, I mean, there's some parts of Mummy, the Mummy, the original film, that I was like, yeah, it's a little rough, but it was fine. And then they came up with Mummy 3, the Scorpion King or whatever, where they put Muscle Dude in there, Musclehead. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name. Anyway, and it was terrible. Anyway, yeah, it is what it is. Filoni's overrated. I agree with that. Vigilante Williamson, Team Ahsoka. A lot of people like Ahsoka. I'm fine with that. Again, love it all. Wookiee Supremacy has other thoughts about Filoni. Nice emoji, middle finger and all. Is Brendan Fraser from the Mummy movie still relevant? No, and it's a shame. Although I didn't see his appeal to begin with, I thought he had really odd bug eyes. Just me. I have my own features that people don't find attractive, so it is what it is. Cavatanio Che. CultureCasino, have you heard about the project DC is doing with Superman's dog when he is on vacation? He teams up with a cat to fight crime. Saw it on IMDb. Have not heard that. Would not surprise me, but I have not heard that. We're not even going to get to the stuff I wanted to talk about when it comes to Starfire because we just don't have time. This is such a great subject, and I love interacting with you. I got 45 of you guys in here. This is so great. Kai MFS. No, bat dog. So great. Philip A. Demick says, I like Brendan Fraser in Doom Patrol. Yeah, like you said, I didn't understand his appeal as far as people thought his aesthetic. I thought he was very good in The Mummy. I think he's been good in some other stuff. I think he was in this a film called Blast from the Past or something. He's been in a lot of stuff. I'd seen a lot of his stuff, but like I said, his aesthetic appeal I didn't get it, but some people did. And again, aesthetics are different for everyone. Although they all seem to, the people we all find attractive fall into the golden ratio when it comes to those things. Wookiee Supremacy. No Jake Lloyd hate. That boy is a saint. Hey, rhyming again. Everybody's rhyming today. I'll lick the like button. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jaffo. You're awesome. The Rock. Thank you, Parrot Head. Yes, The Rock was the Scorpion King. Man, my brain melted, didn't it? Blade had some back in the day CGI. Still a good film. Yeah, it was bad. Some of that CGI in Blade was bad. I am really, you guys don't even want to hear my opinion on the new Blade. No. Watched Star Trek 4: The Journey Home for 10 minutes last night. Talk about bad CG. I know it was the 80s stuff, but still bad even for that time. It wasn't great. I mean, you have to remember they were making films. Star Trek was making films for TV budgets. I mean, the first film, the audio was just garbage. The first Star Trek film, just the worst sound direction, sound editing. It was all terrible. Soundtrack. There were parts of it were good, but for the most part, especially at the end, yikes. Yikes. Geek Tropology is here. Says, hail, everyone. Hail. The Rock was shown beaten in 3. Yep. The Mummy, Patricia Velasquez. Yeah. No hate at all. Just young kid, bad direction from Lucas led to awkward performance. Probably true. Which also, believe it or not, I don't know if they. I don't want to go there. We can always talk about. Okay. Thank you, Diego Flores. Yeah, Mummy too. I apologize. Yeah, but I thought they made a Scorpion King movie. I could be wrong, but thank you for the correction. I appreciate that. Encino Man. Thank you, Roof Korean. Thank you. Maybe it's an image to Rhinestone Cowboy. Oh, homage to Rhinestone Cowboy. Okay. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys, your knowledge is great. I love this, and I don't mind being wrong. And I really want Dark Crystal to come back. It mispronounced says something to Ken Jack Benham about it. I love the original film. I like the idea that Netflix was moving forward with that project. I really hope that that Henson Productions, the new Henson, is able to find someone to make that show again. It was good. But yes, Diego Flores, you're right. I did describe Mummy 2, not Mummy 3. For whatever reason, I really thought there was like a Scorpion King film. I don't know why. Who else do we got? Filoni, what my granddad would have called a stump jumper or a goat roper with that stupid hat. Yeah. Blade, with that actor, you mean Dulstel Pipe, right? Yes. I still can't watch Dogs Legion. I can't stand Watch Dogs Legion for its socio-political messaging. The second Watch Dogs game was just as bad in that regard. Yeah. There were a lot of issues with it. Absolutely. What's really interesting was, there's some bad guys that they think they're trying to point the finger at, that they're actually pointing the finger at themselves. Well, it doesn't matter. That's just the game overall. Lots of facial animation issues, lots of facial. Just bad. It's really bad. Fat Steven Seagal says culture won't hold me. Of course I will. Of course I will. I just haven't been around you to do it yet. So they don't call me Cuddles Casino for nothing. Anyway. Filoni is the kind of guy that D&D nerds stuffed in a locker. Holy cow, Nano Reaper. Wow. You guys are so great. You guys are the best. Mummy 3 is the one with Jet Li and the Chinese mummies. You're thinking of Scorpion King. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, that's what I figured. It was something. Gosh, you guys. Yeah, I love it. You keep me right on top of things. And Scorpion King too. Yeah. He did voice work in Doom Patrol. Yeah. Played Robot Man. Yeah. Oh, Diego Flores. Thank you again. You guys are the best. I love hanging out with all of you guys. 3 Scorpion King movies. Really? Oh, the world. I'm trying to catch up with you guys. You're burning through the chat. I saw one. It's called Crypto the Superdog, the animated series. Okay. I'm a stop motion animation fan. Love that. 50s monster movies I love and will make excuses for. RoboCop also had the cool Ed 209 attack robot that made in a smooth stop motion. Oh, cool. I'm one of the few people that like the original Clash of the Titans. And it was awful. Greek Tropology says we need Prince of Persia. I think they made a Prince of Persia. We need a good Prince of Persia. Jaffo, same issue with Hayden Christensen. If you see the movie Life as a House, great performance with proper direction. Sure. Life as a House was very good. And Hayden Christensen can be a good actor. And he's going to be wasted as Darth Vader because it won't even be his voice. You'll see him in a limited. I don't even want to go into it. Da-da-da. Inkheart. Okay. I have heard of this film. I may have seen this film. Thank you, Ken Jack Bim. I will check it out. And Memes of Destruction gave Steven a hug, so that's a good thing. Thank you, Memes of Destruction. I could take 3 Scorpion King PS2 games. Okay. Ray Harryhausen. I chipped a tooth at the drive-in during Clash of the Titans. Wow. What did you bite down on? Like a goober or something? That's crazy. Yeah, Life as a House is a good film. I can't. You're right. Hayden Christensen was good in that. Roof Korean for sure. Yeah, Clash was good. Saw it in a theater back in the day. Yeah, way back in the day. Like I'm old. I've seen a lot of this stuff. It's Ken Jack Band soundtrack stuff is something that I never noticed or even pay attention to. Yeah, a lot of people don't, but when it comes to that stuff, it does. Some teen girls shoved me down and I kissed the curb. Yikes, Wes, that doesn't sound good. I chip my tooth regularly as a young person and as an adult, constantly, and constantly had to get it capped. And then I just gave up. Get to a certain age, it's like the teeth are good. It's just they break easy. Either he will be a force vision or Disney is full of complete tardies. Geek Tropology says. You don't want to know. Original King Kong was one of the first stop motion monsters and the best, but 50 Sinbad are fab too. Oh, I know, I love those. Oh my gosh, used to watch those on Saturday and Sunday mornings. Okay, guys, I've now caught up with the chat for the most part. Oh, wait, Willie Woodward says, hey, and he says, taking your advice by making short videos. I'm just about to upload it now. Oh, fantastic. And you know what, Willie? I really want this to be a project you succeed at. I'm very excited about it. Casino, as an old person, what movies would you recommend to these young kids that they probably haven't seen before? Oh my gosh, we were talking about one of my favorite sports films of all time that nobody's seen. It's a Newman film. Made in the late 60s, early 70s, if I remember right, called Slapshot. It's a hockey film. Really good. If you haven't seen that, it has all of the elements of humor, romance, and everything, and Paul Newman. So check that out. That'd be a good one. So we'll start with that one. We'll do that once a week. How about that? It'd be good. Oh, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington is an excellent recommendation. Roof Korean 92, absolutely. Well, and Capra. I mean, we're in the holiday season, so anything Capra would be good. Anything by Capra. Anything Capra-esque is good. It's a Wonderful Life, of course. It's the holidays. You should see that. The original, not anything that's been remade. As an old person, executive producer Sol Leibowitz. Anyway, thank you all so very much. Diablo Dame, I really appreciate you being here. I know I said it early on, and I know a lot of people just sit back and listen, but you guys are the best. You make me so very happy just to hang out with. I feel so blessed. You have no idea. Anyway, wait. Philip K. Someone asked what Demolition Man was when they saw the Three Seashells in Cyberpunk 2077. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. The Three Seashells. Oh gosh, guys, yeah, absolutely. You gotta do Demolition Man if you haven't. But definitely start where I said. Start where I said. Go through them. Get some Capra films, and you'll renew your humanity, I think. Anyway, love you guys so very much. I hope you all have a great day. I will end this as I always do, saying the same thing I always will, which is take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
Press our button as we see that this time we're landing in about 1 minute. Thank you.